It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and I've got another best bitter to show you, and I'm really excited about it because I've been really enjoying my best bitters of late. This is by a company called Sambrook's Brewery. It's called the Junction Premium Best Bitter, and it's in a 500ml dark brown bottle with a black bottle cap there, and it's coming in at 4.5% ABV. It's 30 IBUs. It's been brewed with Challenger, Brambling and Goldings hops. Brambling Cross hops, I should say. And it's time to get it out into a glass and see what we get. Little bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass. Okay, so we got a 1 finger white, slightly off-white head on the beer. Good levels of carbonation. It's an amber coloured ale. It's pretty decent. Quite clear to look at. It's definitely not bottled condition. There's no sediment in the bottom of the glass, so I think this one's been filtered. Some breweries choose to filter their beers, some breweries choose to not filter their beers. I think that's down to region. I once worked in a pub. I was a pub manager, and if I served anything hazy, this was in the Cowbridge area of Wales, if I served anything hazy, it would be handed straight back over the bar. They would kind of almost drink in with their eyes, these people down in Cowbridge, like this type of thing. It's almost as if they didn't have any taste buds. They just wanted to see bright beer in their hand. So if Sambrook's are in that area where they kind of got their hands tied, really, is to kind of like the locals wanting to drink bright beer, then I think that's how it's going to be, to be honest with you. So let's get the aroma on this one. It smells good. It smells really good. Biscuity, bready, nutty. Definitely hoppy, like a nice fruity hop aroma to it. Maybe some kind of touch of cinnamon spices in here. White pepper. It smells absolutely fantastic. Now this beer was kindly sent to us by today's channel sponsors, Best of British Beer. There's a look at them there. Now Best of British Beer go around picking up small brewery beer. Not necessarily overly small brewery beer. I mean, Sambrook's, I think a lot of people out there, if you're drinking beer, if you buy beer online, you've probably heard of Sambrook's Brewery. So it's not necessarily just really small breweries, but they kind of specialise in finding small quirky breweries that produce really good beer, and they put it all in one package for you, and you pay a monthly subscription for it, or you can buy a 3 monthly subscription for it if you want to. So if you're that type of drinker, if you're looking for variation, and if you're looking to try kind of small brewery beer that tastes great, that you might not have heard of, check the link in the description box of the video for bestofbritishbeer.co.uk. So, on we go with the beer review then. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. First thing I got was the carbonation. First thing I picked up was a little kind of hiss and fizz. I could feel the carbonation pushing the beer round the inside of the mouth, releasing more of that flavour. That flavour is a combination, a really lovely combination actually, of really good malt and really good hops. It's lovely and fruity. For a best bitter, it's not kind of one of those bitters that are big and thick and creamy and rich. This one is a refresher. This is a refreshing bitter. This is kind of, you can feel it refreshing you, rather than, you get some best bitters, they're really thick and biscuity and malty. And I like the two actually. I think when I drink something really thick and creamy, I say to myself, oh, that's fantastic, I love it. All best bitters should be this way. But then when I drink best bitters like this, it's quite nice actually to refresh yourself, still get some of that malt quality, but then kind of like wrap it round in loads of good, decent British hops. Really, I mean, British hops don't have the same reputation as American hops, say, or Australian hops. They're a different type of hop, aren't they? They're kind of like more, they use them more for bitterness. But I'm quite surprised actually just how flavoursome this beer is with the hops. It's like a berry hop flavour, and maybe some plum, maybe a touch of fig. It's really good. And that balance, that kind of bitterness on the back end and the sweetness to begin with, it offers a great balance between sweetness of the malt and bitterness of the hops. And that balance gives you the need and probably the want more than the need. Should never say need with alcohol. Never need it. Although sometimes the want to have another pint of it. This is your very typical, and I get this all of the time, whenever I'm invited to, I was invited to a party this coming Saturday, which we've had to cancel. It was at a golf club. It was a ticketed event for a Christmas do, and it was to support my daughter's karate club. And my wife came home with these 2 tickets, £10 each, band night. We're going to go and support the club in this golf club, and we're going to, listen to music. And it's almost, for me, the first thing I think of is I've got to go to a room, I've got to go to a bar, sit in a room with a room full of people, which are really nice, by the way, but I've got to drink beer for 3 hours. And it almost fills me with dread, because if I go to the bar and I see John Smith's or Worthington Cream Flow or Doom Bar, I almost go, that's sort of like, I've got to sit in this golf club now for the next 3 hours drinking Doom Bar. And it happened to me. I went to a wake about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it was a great wake, as wakes go. They're never kind of like overly happy places, are they? But celebrated this person's life, but sat there drinking Doom Bar all night, and it's kind of like, after the second pint, you're like, oh man, how many more Doom Bars can I drink, type of thing. But my point is, this is the type of beer, if you went to a wake or a golf club Christmas party and this was on the bar, you'd be happy as Larry all night. I'd be happy as Larry drinking this all night long. It's really good beer. Water, malted barley, wheat, hops and yeast. And that's it. There's not much of a description here. They are based in London. Give them a try. It seems it is train themed, which I love trains. If you haven't got to drive, have you? You can have a couple of pints. Check out Best of British Beer. I like this beer enough to give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.